Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Robin, and I would just like to thank everyone for joining my live today. And even if you're not in the live and you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone just taking the time out just to see what Robin's Creations is doing. So on today, we will be creating a mug rug, and it is a pencil mug rug designed by JuJu, is the maker of this mug rug, and it turned out really nice. Of course, prior to most of my lives, what I try to do is, for the sake of time, I try to do the project prior to going live. And it's one of those things where I want to kind of know and get into the rhythm of things. And it was a great design. There is quite a few like applique pieces. And I am going to be doing the 6x10 version on this evening. So I am going to say hello to my guests that I currently have in the chat. And then we'll go over the various supplies that will be used in today's live. So let's get started. So, I see some of my guests wasn't able to stay. But Marilyn, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for stopping by. And, you know, she won't be able to join the live, but she'll be watching the replay. So thank you. I really appreciate all of your love and support, making with Marilyn. And hello, Shay Shay. Yes, designs by JuJu. Yes, thank you, Shay Shay. Welcome in. Yes, okay. And DB, hi, DB. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you being here this evening. Hello, Jesse Gibson. Thank you so much for stopping by. And let me see here. Did someone ask me? Oh, okay. So DB, you'll be in the dinner bushes. I really appreciate you being here. And I know you're cooking up something delicious. Hello, Lady G. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate everyone. Hello, Craft Obsessed. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. And let me see here. Let's go on down. Yes. Hello, Lady Bear. Thank you so much for stopping by as well. And you will, oh, okay. So you're driving. Be careful. Safe travels. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Hello, Annette J. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by as well. I really appreciate you being here this evening. And let me see. It looks like, okay. So, yes. So we're going to go over. I'm going to change the view. And I kind of put both the overhead camera as well as the project that we're working on, just so I can show you the supplies as I'm trying to move over to the embroidery machine all at the same time. So we are doing a Designs by JuJu mug rug, and this mug rug is the pencil. And I have the exact name behind me. So let me see here. Hello. Hello, Lucille Boykins. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. And let me see here. And let me see. Oh, okay then. Yes. And Yes, thanks to everyone in the bushes. I really appreciate you being here as well and taking the time out. I really appreciate everyone. So let's go over. I'm going to change the overhead to the project that we'll be doing this evening. So let's go over to the craft bar, and that's where I have everything. I don't have anything in front of me. So let's change the view. I'm going to remove the me from the solo view, and we're going to exit here and go on over to the craft bar just to see what we will be working on this evening. So I'm going to show you the project for this evening. So here we go. Yes. So let me go over. Hello. Hello, Miss Geneva Coleman. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Creations by Miss C. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate everyone being here. Miss Lucille Boykins. Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone. So now that I'm over here at the craft bar, what I need to do is pull up. That's the only thing I did not have is the I did not have the chat up over on my iPad. So now I'm going to try and pull the chat up over here. So we will, let me see. And I am going to bring up the chat. So yes, so I can see everyone. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate everyone. So let me turn down the volume so that I won't get any feedback. Yes, so okay. So here is today's project. As you can see, it is in fact, and I'm going to go a little closer. I kind of built a contraption, and hopefully I don't have a collapse, but just so that you can see it a little closer. So this is a designs by JuJu, and this is called the Pencil Teacher Mug Rug. And this mug rug turned out beautiful. I really, really, it has some applique pieces. And once you prep and prepare for the design, you're on your way. So, for the sake of time, I have started the project on the embroidery machine, but I'm just going to start today at the applique portion. And then here we have the hearts as the applique, the eraser, and then we have the yellow and the pencil and the wooden piece. So that's where we'll start. And on the back is the envelope type. And I have to glue it down, but I am starting to place my name on the back of all the items that I create. And as you can see here, I showed in a previous video how I, made the tags for all the garment tags for all the items that I create. So this one is for my granddaughter who will be going to kindergarten, and this is her new teacher, Miss Gilliam. So here we'll have a project for Miss Gilliam on the first day. And I kind of put these inspirational pencils kind of around it. And these I purchased a while back at Michael's, and it says, "Hello, gorgeous. Work hard, be kind." And this one here says, "Let your light shine." Then we have "Make it happen." And "Follow your dreams." So these are some inspirational pencils that I purchased a while back, but I like to keep them handy. And so I just want to remove everything and kind of put Miss Gilliam's mug rug here at the top. So let me just take another peek over at the chat. And let me see. Hello, Anita Haskins. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Miss Anita Haskins is new to my channel. Hey, everyone in the chat. Hello. Hello, Rosalind Lewis. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate everyone being here. Hello, Marissa Dandridge. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Miss Geneva Coleman. Yes, and I did, say yes. I did say hello, but there's nothing wrong with saying it again because sometimes I get a little lost with the chat. But we're going to go over more of the supplies. So here is a little pocket that I kind of house. This is my project pocket. So here's where my project was prior to the live and prior to me starting. I kind of like develop where I'm going, what will be next. And I kind of put my projects that we'll be working on throughout the month inside of a pocket if it'll fit. So what I have put on the hoop, and today we will be using the let me see here. Today we are using the 7.9 by 14 by 2 hoop, and that is the largest hoop for the Janome 550E. So what I have placed on there is the let me see, I put the batting so far, and then I have placed the middle fabric, and also you'll see the top and the bottom fabric. So now I'm going to put this because I cut enough for another Designs by JuJu pencil teacher mug rug. So let me push this off to the side. Kind of like trying to, be ready so that I won't have to get ready at the last minute. So it's a try. And I try to, take advantage of it just so that I won't, take up too much of everyone's time because I really appreciate everyone. So, and this is the rest of what we'll be working with. So these are the pieces. So I will keep this up as far as the craft bar. And this is the project. And let me show you another clear caddy that I found. I found this caddy at home. Not at home. It's Home Sense. So this cute little caddy, it almost looks like a sleigh. So, and it has multiple compartments. So as I'm working on everything, I'm just going to put the various scissors. So it lives here in the back of the craft bar. So it's just a little clear caddy so that I can, kind of work on the project. So yes, so let me bring you up a little bit and stop touching things so that it won't fall. So let me see. Okay. So now I'm just tightening everything up, and I apologize for all the movement, but maybe I should have just left well enough alone. Because, you're touching stuff, I'm touching stuff, I'm going to make everything out of line. So I'm going to move this over, and we'll go on over to, and I'll change the view, and we'll go over to the embroidery machine. So let me change the view. So let me add the embroidery machine. How is everyone doing this evening? Hello, Nikki A. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hello, Sean Go Savvy Designs. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you stopping by this evening. Drive safely. Yes, thank you. Let me see here. Oh, wow. So let me go on down. Okay, so I'm going to exit the solo view and I'm going to now I'll add the solo view first of my embroidery machine and we can go over what I've showed you on the other portion. So right now you are seeing the embroidery machine and you can basically see how I can go from one side of the crack bar to the other side. So you can see, but if I have to add or take the camera away, I'll do so at that time. So let me turn it. Okay, so okay. Awesome. Okay, and I will go ahead and get this project started. So again, for the sake of time, I did, in fact, start the project with the top and the bottom and the middle piece, and also the batting is underneath. So now it is ready. As far as the project, I'm on number 11. And number 11, we're going to get ready for the eraser. So I have my presser foot down, I have my pink thread in, and we're going to get ready for the eraser. So it's going to do the outline stitch. So this is the placement stitch. So the placement stitch, it kind of does like this horseshoe shape, and that lets me know to put the piece of fabric that I cut out for the eraser, and here's the pink piece for the eraser, and you make sure that it is totally over top of the eraser. And now that it's on top of the eraser, and I have my wooden dowel here just in case things get out of line, and it looks like I made the mistake of pulling my thread out because I could see what happened here. So let me, and I can't see the thread any longer. So I did that by mistake. I didn't realize my hand was in the way. So I'll thread it back really quickly. Didn't realize that. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen on your live. So let me rethread the pink thread. Okay, so the thread is there. So we're going to now, after first doing the placement stitch, now we're doing the tack down. So it goes around twice. Okay, so yes, okay. So I want to be able to let me see what I can do as far as the sound. Hold one moment, please. Okay, so I was trying to, now I'm going to turn the sound off of one, and I'm going to, okay, and I'm going to have to do another sound check because I am trying to have everyone see what I'm doing as far as the applique. So this project really, now I'm doing a sound check. Um, so let me see here. For right now, can everyone, if you could tell me if you could hear me, okay? So I'm going to sound check, sound check. So it looks like, okay. So I'm going to, awesome. So mic check, mic check. Can everyone hear me okay? I think it's, oh, okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Gracious by Misty. Thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, thank you. So now when I bring it over here, you'll be able, I'm just trying something new today. So if I can change, okay. So now that the applique portion is finished with the eraser, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unhoop the 14 by 8 hoop, and I'll bring it over to the craft bar. And what I'm going to do is, now that I have it unhooped, I'm going to nicely, cut this applique. You see how it has the eraser piece here? I'm going to carefully go ahead and cut the applique portion, and carefully, so that I'm not cutting the stitches. I am just cutting the applique portion. And if you have to turn the hoop, turn the hoop and cut close to the stitches, but please don't cut the stitches. Try not to cut the stitches. And I'll go ahead and get it even closer. And now look there, look at there. We have we have an eraser. So we'll rehoop, and I have the hoop here. So now that I've finished with the eraser, the next thing that we will be doing the lead in the pencil. So the lead in the pencil will require us to change the color of the thread. So now I'm going to go to more like a wooden color. And I have like this little brown color here. And I'm going to rethread the machine as well. So I'll go ahead, rethread, and put the wooden color in. And I apologize if my head is in the way. So yes, and we are almost ready. Put the pressure foot down, thread it, and now we will have, let me try and cover this big. Okay, so now we'll first do the placement stitch of the wooden piece. So the presser foot is down, threaded, and we will start. So, yes. Okay, so that's showing us where to put the pencil piece. So I do have the cream color for the lead, the pencil. So I'll lift my presser foot up, And we will go ahead and put the wooden piece and make sure that it's totally over top of make sure that it's totally outside of the placement line. So when it stitches the placement stitch, when you put the applique piece down, to tack that down, make sure it's fully over top of the stitches. So we'll put the presser foot back down and we'll start stitching. And then have my wooden dowel nearby. Awesome. So we'll take this back off of the embroidery machine. Awesome. So I'm taking this off. And we are going to go ahead and cut this applique piece. So we'll cut close to the stitches, but of course, not the stitches. So carefully cut. And this one is a little tricky. You see how it looks like it's like mountains here? And just carefully, if you pull up on the fabric, it will allow you to get a little closer. And I am using my bent scissors. These aren't the double bend, it's just one bend, a single bend scissors. And they're much smaller than the double bend. And since the project was smaller, I decided to use the smaller scissors. So I'll go ahead, finish cutting the wooden piece of the pencil. Then I'll go ahead and add, let me see here, and I'm going to get back to the chat in just a moment. I just want to push this, get these applique pieces going. So now we have the wooden piece and we have the applique of the eraser. So next, we are going to get ready for the body of the pencil. So again, I will go ahead and cut the wooden ground off. We'll get rid of that thread. And now I'm threading the yellow portion for the body of the pencil. So I'm rethreading. And let me see here. Go ahead and rethread. And I apologize. I really am not seeing if my head is in the way. But I have cameras over here recording. And now I have the yellow end, drop the presser foot and the auto threader. We'll thread. So now, of course, I want to cut some of these loose threads as I can see them now. Awesome. So presser foot is down. We're going to go ahead and let the embroidery machine do it's going to do the body. It's doing the placement line for the applique of the pencil. Okay, so let me see if I can go back a little bit. I did say. Alrighty. And it has the outline. So now here I have the yellow for the pencil. So I'm going to place totally, if you can see this yellow line, I am now going to go ahead and make sure that the applique piece is totally on top of those stitches. Lower the presser foot and then hit start. And then it just goes around to those applique pieces. And stitch, stitch. Awesome. Looking good. And it'll go around twice. So let me see here. And if I missed anyone, please forgive me. It's just when this embroidery machine starts, I start getting a bit nervous. I want to keep my eyes on there. Hello, Jess from Jess Craft Therapy. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you being here. Yes, thank you so much. So now that we have tacked down the portion for this pencil, we're going to go ahead and unhoop again. And as we unhoop, then I'll take it back over to cut the excess material away from the pencil. So we'll go ahead and cut the excess, and we'll just go right around. And has anyone tried doing any of the any mug rug? Tonight we're doing the design by JuJu. Has anyone tried the pencil mug rug, the pencil teacher mug rug by Designs by JuJu? I know that Shay is an affiliate for Designs by JuJu, and she when I went inside of my cart was loaded. I said, I have so many projects. And this one is timely because school for us doesn't start until the 2nd of September. So we're like a week and a day away. So part of the state of Maryland started today, but the county that I live in doesn't start until next Tuesday. So now we'll go ahead and rehoop, and next we'll be changing the thread because we'll be doing the getting ready for the hearts. So I'll go ahead, cut the thread that I had for the pencil, pull it through the front. And you always pull through the front unless it's absolutely necessary, because you don't want to get all of that lint and dust inside of your embroidery machine. So always pull forward. So, and I'll go ahead and finish threading her, put the pressure foot down, automatic threader. Then I will first do the placement, then the tack down. So it's 2 hearts. So we'll go ahead and do the first heart, and then it'll go over to the second heart. So, and then we'll start, and I can finally catch up with the jack. So we have 1 heart. And here's the second heart. It's so beautiful. Aw, so beautiful. This is a beautiful design. Beautiful. Okay. So now that we have the placement, it's saying, okay, Robin, now that you have it placed, you have everything in place, what I'm going to do is, so that nothing will move. Let me see here. I'm over here in my drawer. So what I pulled out was the 505 glue stick. So I'm just going to put like a little piece of glue and put it over top of one heart. And then I'll take the other one and put it on top of the other heart. Lift the presser foot out. And just make sure that, you know, the stitches are fully covered. Then I'll go ahead and I'll put down. Okay. So now I can I put the presser foot down. Now I could start the embroidery machine. And it's going to go around the heart. It goes around twice. So that is really good. Then it'll go over to the next heart. Okay. So we have it down, tacked down once and twice. Okay, so now we are finished with the tack down. We can, let me put the glue out of the way. And I'll remove her from the hoop. And you see how you have to be careful. See how that's bunched up? And I probably should have tacked that down just a little better, maybe with some tape. But all is well for now. So we'll bring her on over. And I will my phone is telling me that my battery is low. So I was hoping that would not happen. But let me give it a little more juice. So let me, what I'm doing behind the scenes is kind of adding my phone cord. I have to add the phone cord before anything dies here. Okay. Because I don't want that because I'm loving this view. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and does anyone have any questions or anything at this time? So let me see here. Hello, Jennifer Reese. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. So we're going to go ahead and cut the applique portion of the heart 1 and then heart 2. And how is everyone doing today on this beautiful Monday? Can you believe that August is almost over? I cannot. Okay, so now that we are, okay, so yeah, so we got one heart. So then the next one I'll do the second heart. And I know that I asked a couple questions. How is everyone doing? And I'm going to get to those questions in just a minute. And let me see here. So the applique portion is definitely, it's kind of, it's going fairly nice for me. I have the smaller scissors and it has like the single bend. And these scissors are small but a bit mighty. They cut very well. Yes, they do. They cut very well. So let me go down in this heart as much as I can. Okay. So now I have actually done quite a bit, and I have my lint roller out. So I as the fabric frays, I just want to get some of that out. So I use my lint roller. So let's rehoop her, and we'll change this thread and start on the next portion. So it looks like now we have quite a few satin stitches coming up. Okay, so let's go with the first satin stitch, and these will be for the wood portion. So the wood portion, we're going to go ahead and add the gold back. So it looks like, let me confirm, I should be on number 19. And I'm going over here on my embroidery machine just to confirm that I'm on 19. So confirm. So I'll cut the red at the top, pull from the bottom, and go ahead and add the sand color back. And rethread the embroidery machine. And again, this is my single needle Janome 550E. And I do have a thread stand in the back that holds 5 spools of thread at a time. And that is very helpful for me in doing this applique project of the pencil teacher mug rug. So I'm going to go ahead, and now that I have the taupe and everything's ready, I'm going to go ahead and hit start, and we'll start doing the satin, like the outline portion. Awesome. So that's looking pretty good. So it's doing that rather fast. So, yes. Oh, thank you so much, Creations by Miss C. Please, yes, hit the like button if you haven't had a chance already, and subscribe even, if you haven't had a chance to do so. Thank you so much for the reminder. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So Jess said no school where she lives until September 2nd as well. Oh, wow. Yes, after the holiday. Yes, so awesome. And Creations by Missy, I'm glad you're doing well. That's great. And now we're going to go to the eraser satin stitch. So we'll go back to the pink color for the eraser. So I'll lift my presser foot up, pull the thread through the front, and we are going to go ahead and rethread the pink color. So here we go, and we'll just, rethread the pink. And everything is looking good. We'll cut the string, lower the presser foot, and rethread. So now we'll hit start because it's ready to do the satin stitch around the eraser. And here, right here, I have it already done, and this is the portion that it's doing right now. So it's doing the outline of the satin stitch of the eraser. So that is really awesome. Okay, so that's looking really good. Okay. love when, you know, the projects I found for all the designs by JuJu Designs, I found that the once you print out all the PDFs that they have, and those PDF will let you know when to change the color of the stitches. It'll give you, um, excuse me, step by step instructions on what's next. So I really love it. I really love it. It's very, very user friendly. So I appreciate that. So now that we've finished the eraser, next we'll do the outline satin stitch of the pencil. So we'll cut at the top and lift the presser foot up and pull from the bottom. Rethreading the yellow, and we will do the satin stitch of the yellow. We are moving right along here. Thank you to everyone in the live. I really appreciate you being here. So, as I'm rethreading, trying not to. Okay, so as I'm rethreading, trying not to put my head in the way, but it may be in the way, I can't see. And okay, yes, it's in the way. Oh, just took a glance at the. Okay, so now we'll do. Okay, so my machine is letting me know, hey, Robin, you should have checked that bobbin. Because it doesn't think that it has enough bobbin to complete my next stitch out. So now we had it threaded. So it looks like I lost my threading. So let me pull that down if I can. Okay. So I can see the thread. So just making sure I didn't miss anything. So I'll go ahead and recut the thread. Presser foot is down and then it's threaded. Lift the presser foot up to remove the hoop so that I can add a new bobbin because the machine has indicated it doesn't think that I have enough bobbin to continue. And look at that. Not enough bobbin thread. So I'll put that bobbin thread off to the side. And when you rethread the Janome, you put the bobbin in the shape of a P. And then you just drop her in. And let me pull it back out because okay, yes, because when I dropped it in, I dropped the thread too. So now that it's in the shape of a P, I dropped it in. So now I'll get it down beneath these two notches, and then I'll go up for one, down for two, and cut. So, and then I'll put the cover back on. Cover is back on, re-hoop her, and reattach the hoop. Awesome. So press a foot down, and now we can restart the satin stitch of the pencil. So that was easy. So okay. So it'll go around the entire portion of the pencil. So that's really cool. Awesome. Yes. So that looks really good. Okay, so now I can catch up because it has to go around the whole pencil. So now I'm back in the going back to the chat just to see. Yes, yes, Creations by C. The month flew by. Oh wow. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh wow. Thank you, Jennifer Reese. The paper sneaker we did in a live with Crafting with Yolanda on Saturday. So thank you. That was the 3D sneaker. Thank you so much. Yes. And let me see here. Thank you. Yes, Miss Geneva. Oh man, we made those Saturday in Yolanda Zoom. Yes, everyone's turned out so nice. I really enjoyed myself. Yes, thank you, Shay Shay. I know you're in the bushes. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being in the bushes. I really appreciate everyone being here. So, oh, okay. And Miss Geneva said she didn't have a problem hearing me. So great, great. I'm just going back to see if, I missed anything. Yes. So my embroidery hoop that I'm using this evening, the exact size is a 7.9 by 14.2. So yes, thank you, Creations by Missy. Yes, for the measurements of the hoop. So yes, it's a pretty nice size hoop, and I guess when I was looking for the single needle embroidery machine, I looked at the hoop sizes so that it I wouldn't outgrow it so fast. However, there are some things that I like to do on the embroidery machine as a single needle. I like better than others, so it's okay. I love it. I love this machine. So it's a great, great way to learn all the things. So I am enjoying my embroidery machine. Love it. Love my single needle. Yes. So let me see here. And yay! So now that it's done with the satin stitching around the pencil, next we're going to go to like that metal band, and this you can see like the metal band here. So we'll be doing the metal band portion right before the eraser. So let's change the color. I will go ahead and change that color to like silvery gray. So I have the colors that I used from the previous mug rug right behind the embroidery machine. So what I'm going to do is cut off the yellow for the pencil and then lift my presser foot up, pull the thread forward, and then we can go ahead and rethread the embroidery machine. And we'll go ahead, rehoop her, and get it through all the steps, all the points. And I'm holding the tension. My hand is holding the tension up at the top. So that I'm not messing up the tension. So put the presser foot down and rethread her. So now we're ready for the metal band. So that's looking pretty nice. Awesome. Awesome. So let me see here. Awesome, awesome. So we're doing that. And then next we'll have like the outline portion and then some little flourishes. So once we have the lead of the pencil, satin stitch, the and then we had some flourishes. So the flourishes we'll do right after the 2 more satin stitches. Awesome. So we're doing the band. So that's looking rather nice. And yes. And I did ask if let me see here. Hello, Picture Me Crafting. Welcome in. Thank you. I appreciate you being in the bushes. I appreciate you being here. Aw. Oh, okay. Shay Shay says she's going to add this mug rug to her cart. And this is the Pencil Teacher mug rug. Yes, I have so much. I purchased it already. I unloaded that cart 3 times. And I enjoy how the step-by-step instructions are written for the mug rugs and all the other designs I've completed thus far. So let me see here. And did I see if anyone here? I know I saw Miss Merlinda and Shay Shay. They did a mug rug this past weekend. And did anyone else do a mug rug on their embroidery machine? Has anyone done it? So, oh, okay. Oh, awesome. Jennifer Reese has purchased some of the Christmas mug rugs from Designs by JuJu. Oh, wow. Yes. So they you know, I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed, and this mug rug that I've done already and what we're doing tonight, it'll, you know, be it's the 6x10 size. So, and I love how it has the pocket on the back. It almost reminds you of a pot holder when they do that envelope pocketing. And I did, if you haven't seen it already, add my garment tag to each and every design moving forward. That's what I'm going to try to do. Try to remember to. And this one, I'm going to have to use the double side heat tape to adhere it so it can flatten down. So yes, so I like that as well. So I'm excited. Yes. Oh, okay. And Sean Go Savvy Design said that yes, she's done quite a few in the past. The mug rug. So that's awesome. Yes, yes. Picture Me Crafting. Yes, I saw the mug rug you did this weekend, and it was beautiful. Both you and Shay Shay did a beautiful design. So let me see here. Hello, Tianda. Welcome in. I appreciate you stopping by. So now it looks like we are ready for the lead of the pencil. So I'll go ahead, cut the silver or the gray thread, and then I'm going to add the black thread in and lift my presser foot up. I'll pull from the front, and then I'll go ahead and add the thread at the top. So we will be adding the black. And this is for the lead in the pencil. So let's see if I can move my head out the way. Okay. Nope. Okay, so head out the way. I had to put it in the way in order to see. Press the foot down and the auto threader. And we'll go ahead and do the lead of the pencil. So this is coming along rather nicely. Awesome. Yes, so that's the satin stitch. And then we have one more satin stitch to go. as far as the pencil. And then we'll get to the flourishes. And the last satin stitch of it all, before we add the backing, I have to go to the name. So I had personalized this file with this one, Miss Gilliam is my youngest granddaughter's new kindergarten teacher. And then what we're doing currently on the embroidery machine, this one will be going to my oldest granddaughter's in middle school, and this is going to her guidance counselor. So yes, so we'll the one we're doing now is going to the guidance counselor. So I was able to change the name using the embroidering software and change the name from teacher to the teacher's exact name. So now it's ready for the hearts, and we'll go ahead and thread for the hearts. So we will go ahead and rethread our embroidery machine for the hearts. And we're looking good, looking good. So I'll go ahead, put the presser foot down and the auto threader, and let's go ahead and stitch out the hearts. So let me see here. We shouldn't have much further to go, but this since it had the applique portion of the design, this design was pretty lengthy. I think it was like an hour and 15 minutes for the design. Could be an hour and a half. But you know, when you're live and everything, that's why I started the middle fabric, and also I did the top and the bottom fabric prior to the live, just for the sake of time. And if you know, after the satin stitches of the hearts, then we'll go on to the flourishes. So I do and really appreciate everyone being here. Yes. So I yeah, so that is looking really nice on the hearts. So we right after the hearts, then we will start the flourishes. So we will, let me see here. I have light pink here. So I'm going to go ahead, and since it's only 5 spaces, I'm going to go ahead and begin to put the other threads onto the embroidery machine as well. And these other threads are for the flourishes because this is the last portion of the pencil. Awesome. So that's looking pretty good. So now it's on heart number 2. Awesome. And it's doing the entire satin stitch of the hearts. So this is really nice. And yes, Jennifer Reese. The envelope pocket. And yes, it reminds you of a pot holder. Almost. But yes, this is a beautiful, beautiful mug rug. So I really like that. Yep, I really like it. So this will be all, and you can see how this design, the pencil took up most of the fabric right here behind and that's this middle fabric. So I placed it again here on the back. So Yes. So I like that. And then the other mug rug I chose because of the amount of fabric that I had. I chose three different choices of fabric. So, and you can still see the ABCs right behind the yellow. So, yeah. So that this is coming along really nice. So it's almost done with the heart. And then the next thing we know, we'll be doing the flowers. And the flowers are the flourishes. So it'll be doing the flower here on this heart and then the other flower. So now we can go ahead and cut the red, press the foot, and add the new color of thread. So this is pretty cool. Now, one thing I do love about my single needle, it makes this project here, with you having to change the colors of the thread multiple times, what it does, it gets you ready, or in the habit, I should say, of threading your embroidery machine. And I remember when I first purchased the embroidery machine, and my first week of trying to get used to everything, it was a bit, I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and I'm counting. So over time, I had noticed, over time you'll just get faster. And not that it's a race, because if you forget one portion or, you forget one of the placements to place the, while threading the machine, if you forget one piece, you got to start over. So, yeah, and my machine will let you know, oh no, you forgot something. Yes, so like start over. Yeah, so I really like this design. I am so glad that I purchased it, and it's been very timely. And I'm like, okay, yes, yes, yes. And I wanted to okay, so it did one flower. So it did the bottom one. Now it's about to go up to the top one. So that's awesome. Oh yeah. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Yay! So let me see here. So earlier I was showing my project pockets. How many of you, how many of my crafty friends, how many of you use the project pockets? And these project pockets, will allow you to kind of pre-cut your design. And if you haven't, they're very useful. And these project pockets, after you cut all the elements of the design, you just go ahead and place them there until you're ready. And I already created two, and then I cut out a third. And these are all the applique pieces of the design, so that I can kind of be ready. And I also have more designs that I want to go ahead and put in the project pockets as the month goes on. So now the next color we're going to use like an aqua. So I'm going to rethread, lift up the presser foot, and pull the thread through. And here we're going to thread. Let me see here. Thread the embroidery machine with the teal blue. I don't know what I said at first. I think I said something like aqua, but this is teal. Teal aqua. So we'll go ahead and we're doing the center of the daisies. So we'll go ahead and do the center of the daisies. And it has two that it'll go ahead and, you know, put the center in. So that's pretty neat. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Miss Anita Haskins. Yes, I like those project pockets as well. They could be used for many different things. I've just been throughout the month kind of setting my projects up prior to the live and just to have an idea or begin to start cutting my projects and getting them in place. So next we will be doing like a green. So it has some leaves that it'll be doing. So, oops, I just made a mistake and dropped that thread. So we'll pull the green, lift the presser foot up, pull the teal blue thread out and add the green. So we're halfway done with all the flourishes. So let's go ahead, and it has like some little leaves that it wants to stitch out. It's really detailed. And that's another thing that I love about designs by JuJu. So vibrant and beautiful. So I really enjoy that. Put the pressing foot down and rethread her with the green and hit start. So let's see here. Yay! So here we have the little leaves, and these are the leaves that are here at the top. And that's right beside the other heart that's on the top. So yes, that's awesome. So we are, let me see, where can we purchase these pockets? I'll add them in my description box, and they can be purchased off of Amazon. Yes, they can be purchased off the Amazon. So we have another heart, and then we'll go to the flourishes. So let me see here. Let's cut the thread of the green, and we'll add the teal blue back again. Lift my presser foot up, pull the extra thread out. Oh, you're going to get some practice when you're starting to do these designs. And that's what you want. This practice will allow you to get really familiar with your embroidery machine. And not just familiar, you'll also be able to thread her faster. So let me see here. Press the foot down. Yay! And then we will start. And here we have a teal blue heart. Awesome. So we have the teal blue heart. And then we have like 3 more flourishes before we type out the name of the, we're going to type out the name of the guidance counselor. And she is the, yes, so we'll do a satin stitch of her name, and then we'll add the backer. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 before we are finished. So Yes, I enjoyed this project, and I enjoyed everyone being here with me. Yes, and I did add the website to Designs by JuJu down in the description box. So let me see here, and we're going to go ahead and cut the teal blue off, and let's go ahead and add the purple. So for the little flourishes, I'm going to make them, let me see here. Yes, I'm going to make them purple, and I'll leave it on twice for the purple. So we'll go ahead, and now we are rethreading with the purple. Yes. And let me see here. And I'll go ahead and go up for 7 and back and slice, lower the presser foot and rethread. And we have some little swooshes. And as you can see here, I did the swooshes in a lavender, but for this mug rug, I'm going to do a darker purple. So, yes. And maybe I should have chosen another color because I can see that these flourishes are down by purple and a half purple. So, too late now. So, it's kind of matching the fabric that's already on there, but that's okay. It is okay. You'll be able to, I could stop the machine and rechange it, but I'm just going to, listen. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. I am not. Oh, hi, Spelling of Diversity. Welcome in. Be careful. Oh, yes, she's driving. Yes, yes, be careful. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And it's doing a little more of the flourishes. And we're at the top. And then it has some little swooshing. And then here is the little swooshes. And maybe I'll keep the swooshes. Let me see here. Maybe I can add the swooshes in black and also the latter part. And then that way I won't have to change the thread anymore. And if I'm just, because it'll pop on top. So I'm just going to do the last swoosh and the name in black. And the design itself, it did type out teacher if you wanted or didn't know the name of the teacher. You can generically place the word teacher in there. So because I knew the teacher's name, I went ahead and personalized the design in Embroidery software. And this was the Embroidery Essentials. And let me see here. Try to keep that tension taut. Go up and slice in the back. Press the foot down. And we'll go ahead and do some of the flourishes. So these flourishes, they're little swooshes. I spoke too fast because these are actually the other swooshes, but I'm going to go ahead. So what I wasn't paying attention, it's on the second, and I thought it was these here, but they're all going to be black. So at least it won't be purple on purple. So, I mean, all the colors is what makes it look nice. And you can change it up however you want, because most times, you know, as an embroiderer, you have tons and tons of colors of thread. So with having all of that thread, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. So I will go ahead and continue on with the black. And then I won't have to change it. And it, you know, as it stops, and then I'll lift the presser foot, put it back down, not going to change the thread. And we're coming down to the home stretch of it all. So, yes, I'm excited. So, did I have any other questions, or does anyone, oh, okay, I did see that some are going to, you know, possibly go over to the website to purchase this design. And yes, and it is again the pencil teacher mug rug design. And I do know right now that Shay Shay is an affiliate. Um, but you would have to go over to Shay Shay's website. I'm sorry, Shay Shay's YouTube under her description box in order for her to get credit. Now, possibly I could add it to mine, but I have to talk to Shay Shay to see how that works. So, if I put her link, how do I add her link under the description box? So, we're going to see. Um, but if you go over to Crafting on a Dime with Shay Shay and click on her Designs by JuJu link, because she is an affiliate, and then go over to her YouTube page, Crafting on a Dime with Shay Shay, click on the link, and then once you go to Designs by JuJu website, you'll find Pencil Teacher Mug Rug. And then they have where you can click on mug rug, and you'll see a plethora of mug rugs. So that is another way to get to the design as well. So now we're doing some of the swooshes, and they're looking really nice. Okay, yes. So it's really, it looks nice on that yellow, and it stands out, being black like that. It really stands out. So I'm glad I let it go. Okay, yes, I like that. Oh, oh, okay. Miss Anita Haskins, which embroidery machine do you have? Miss Anita Haskins, let me go to the next stitch, and I have to go over to my embroidery machine. So before, let me go, hold 1 second. I will be right back to the chat. Let me lift up the presser foot. I'm going to leave the black thread in, and let me see here and press the foot down, and we'll go ahead and type out the name. So we'll go ahead and hit. Okay. So the teacher's name is Miss Peacher. Yes. So you said you can't seem to get the hang of the auto needle threading. And depending on which machine you have, because the only machine as far as embroidery that I've ever had is the Memory Craft Janome 550E. And that's all the only one that I can speak on. But how I do the auto threading, after I go to the last step and cut the thread behind. Then there's this foot here, and then with my presser foot down, then I push that tautly and keep going, don't stop, and push this down. And then that will allow my auto threader. And whoo, if I had to, I mean, as many times as I had to change the thread, and there are times where I kept the same color thread in, if I had to change that thread and find that hole of that needle, it would make the project, a lot longer. So that would be, a time. A time would be had. So, yes. So I appreciate everyone sticking in there with me. I did Miss Anita Haskins, which embroidery machine do you have? I know that I was asking. Yes, okay. Because I'm not sure, and maybe someone in the chat possibly have the same embroidery machine that you may have, and may be able to give more direction. Because I just have the Janome. So yes, thank you, Jess. Yes, so it finished Miss, and it looks really nice. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is turning out so nice. Awesome. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yes, so let me see here. Oops. Oh, okay. So let me see. So it's almost it's halfway through. This is Miss Peacher's name. And then we'll begin to tack down the envelope backing, turn it inside out after adding the tag. And when I said added the tag, this is my garment tag, and I'll be adding this garment tag to the design as well. And I could put the double side adhesive, on the back and iron it down, but I'm going to go ahead and do it the same way I did it last night. So, let me see here. And yeah, so it's coming along really nice. That's what I'm excited about. Very excited. Awesome. Okay, so it has like a couple more letters to the name, and then we'll be done. We're almost at the home stretch of this design, and everything is looking rather nice. Yay! I'm excited. So, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, Miss Anita Haskins was referencing her sewing machine, which is a Singer Quantum Stylus 9960. And she was wondering, um, well, she just hadn't gotten the hang of how to thread it. And Miss Haskins, have you tried looking up any other YouTubers possibly, if you put the name of your machine in the YouTube search engine and search for that exact name, and you could possibly get some hits. And how about anyone in the chat? Does anyone have the Singer Quantum Stylus 9960? Just wondering if anyone does, if you can assist possibly Miss Anita Haskins. So now that we have the name all done, it looks beautiful. I am going to go back and we can do the envelope portion. So let me get my instructions back out again. And we are at the home stretch. This design will be done shortly. So this final step. Okay, so we're done. And okay, so now we have to fold the fabric pieces of the fabric to the center and make sure that they overlap. And be sure the fabric is centered left and right. So here's the fabric. So one piece is here. And since I have that piece there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my embroidery tag or my garnet tag. Let me see here. I'm going to yes, I'm going to add my garnet tag to the design, and I have to go inside, right? Why am I losing sight of what I'm supposed to be doing? Now I turned the design around and now I'm confused on which side I add the garment tag. So if it goes out and I fold it in. Oh my goodness, I am confused. Okay, this is it. Yikes. Okay, I got a bit confused on which side I'm supposed to be adding this garment tag. Okay. Let me not overthink it, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm overthinking. And I am thinking too hard on the garment tag. So it'll be what it's going to be, and I will put the double side adhesive on there. So I have everything laid down. And what I like to do is add tape, because taping it down so that the presser foot doesn't get caught underneath the envelope overlapping portion. So here's what I'm going to do. I kind of mummy it down because I've had instances where it got caught. And it's very scary when it gets caught. To me, it's very scary because I'm like, oh my goodness, it's going to break something. It's going to break something. And I'll be so scared. So let me go ahead and tape it down. Awesome. So now we're going to go ahead Put the presser foot down, and this is the last portion. And the tape will come up fairly easy. And this tape almost didn't make it. Awesome. So it's going around for that final tack down. And let me see here. Okay, so that outline, that final outline stitch is completed. And now we can go in and take the design off of the hoop and flip it inside out. So we are done. I'll go ahead and quickly unhoop her. So we're here, and I have these little clips on the side. And I'm taking the clips off. Move the hoop out of the way. Using my pinking shears, I'm going to cut away the excess of the fabric. And we will flip her inside out. And we are almost done. And the last portion, then I'll move this out of the way. And I'll cut bluntly the corners just so that when I fold it inside out, that I won't have a problem with getting those edges kind of pointed out in the right direction. Yes. And I can go ahead and take this extra tape off. And when the stitches go through the tape, it perforates them very easily. And you'll be able to pull the tape off rather, cleanly. See how it just comes right off? Because the stitches is almost like perfing it. Okay, so let me hurry and turn this inside out, because I know we have others coming on live this evening, and I don't want to be in anyone's way, because I am this project with changing all the threads. It said that it had 33 threads. So I have now flipped it inside out, and here is the beautiful design. So I'll offline, I'll go ahead and cut all the little Irish pennants off, but it turned out really nice. I have my garment tag here on the back, and I will add the double side sticky adhesive on there and tack that down. And the envelope, everything looks beautiful. So here's the both of the designs. So here's for the 8th grade counselor as well as my kindergartner, and this is for her teacher. So let me change the view, and I am going to now add me back. Okay. So awesome. Yes. So let me see here. Again, I would like to thank everyone for joining me for this evening's live. I appreciate you coming along with me as I stitched out the beautiful design by JuJu. And this is the pencil teacher mug rug. So at this time, I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, I want to ask everyone to bloom where you are planted. Until next time, bye. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Hello, Donza. And if I missed anyone, I apologize.